freedom, freedom. I am on the merit, I am on the merit. Biafra freedom, freedom. Hey, I am on the merit. I like the screen, better green. Tell the keys to the enemies. They call me evil and hero. Said itself, you will never give up. We made a creed, now you wanna go. For the walk that I got it straight. Wayo, 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 wayo. Hey, I am on the merit. Wayo, hey, I am on the merit. Anywhere we gonna sow the blessings of the Lord, they follow us. Anywhere we gonna sow the blessings of the Lord, they follow us. Go on, whenever you go here, say that problem come. We are the best, we are the best now. We are the body one, we are come to freedom time. Every day keep on praying to God. It's our freedom time. Now so we keep on moving forward. Oh yeah, I feel hope is coming. I feel hope is coming. Different people coming. Different people coming. It's never that make it on. It's never that make it on. It's never that make it step on it down. It's a freedom time. Left on the promised land. 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 Yeah. When I look up to the sky, I can see the sun is shining. It's shining all over Biafra. We are the best. I give thanks to God for the blessings of my soul. Let's go to our freedom time. Freedom time. Keep on praying to God. Praying to God. It's our freedom time. It's our freedom. So we keep on moving forward. Keep on moving. Let's be open to your man. Be open. Be open to your man. It's
to get. But you could try to stop you. Nigerian government refuse. Somewhere for Ghana, them discuss restructuring. There was problem and they agreed to restructure Nigeria. On the 4th and 5th of January 1967, General Gowon Ideja, him accepted the Aburi Accord. General Ankara Ideja, Colonel Ojukwu Ideja, and they accept the Aburi Accord, and they must accept restructuring. But when they come back, Nigeria government refused the deal. Causing problem. They divide people into three. Them execute genocide on us and them call them war. Them kill my people plenty. Them call them war. Them kill our mama. Them kill our papa. Them kill our uncle. Them kill our aunt. Them kill small children, Them kill 5 million people, Them kill the people where demand for restructuring, The other people who were demand for restructuring, After 4 days, them still the kill, them still the shoot, them still the one. But today, everybody they run, helter-skelter. Everybody they run, herdsmen they kill, terrorists to shoot, government to thief. God don't reject Nigeria. Devil don't punish Nigeria. Nigeria government kill my people for genocide. Our bad situation understatement. Now everybody that you come out for the matter. As this matter one carry many people go. Let's talk about Aburi Accord. Now what's happening for Aburi Accord? Now what did they discuss for Aburi Accord? Now what's happening we know Accord? Let's talk about Aburi Accord. Now what's happening for Aburi Accord? Now what did they discuss for Aburi Accord? Now what's happening we know Accord? Nigeria they like this today because nobody talk the truth. Nigeria they like this today because government na lie. Them go use a hand shit for church and media go claim the shit. In our curriculum for school, they not teach us our history. Now where we go learn, now how we go learn. When the Kanu come save us, Nigerian government teaches them. Nigeria government arrest them. Nigerian government to shoot them. Them use media pink and black. They make Nigerians hate it. Now which day where we go wake up? Now which time where we go stand? Nigerians no one here. Nigerians no one do. Nigerians no one learn. They dance to the government tune. They kill us, they do us. They deceive us, they confuse us. They give our land to strangers, Our eyes come open. They give our land to strangers, Nigerians come wake up. Suddenly, what don't happen? Nigerians say talking, say they want restructuring. Nah, make it up. Suddenly, you're waiting, Ojukwu say it don't happen, no. Nigerians say talking, say they want restructuring. Nnamdi Kanu wake Nigerians, everybody come open eye, Nigerians say cry, say they want restructuring. Plenty of my people who want the referendum, them no want restructuring, And Nigerians say cry, say they want restructuring. God don't reject Nigeria. Devil don't punish Nigeria. Nigeria government kill my people for genocide. Our bad situation understatement. Now everybody that you come out for the matter. As this matter one carry many people go. Let's talk about Aburi Accord. Now what's happening for Aburi Accord? Now what did they discuss for Aburi Accord? Now what's happening we know Accord. Let's talk about Aburi Accord. Now what's happening for Aburi Accord? Now what did they discuss for Aburi Accord? Now what did make away know Accord?
For the matter, nobody wanna talk or put you for the matter. They can believe you say tomorrow he go better. Because some get food to chop them till them be yoga. Oh, yeah, she be yoga. For the matter, nobody they say for now overnight. If you just stand up, matter for the matter. I got done be the man too. Madam done be the man too. Problem somewhere. Trouble somewhere. Problem don't happen with us coronavirus. Problem don't happen with kill past virus. Them say make the poor man no go out. Them say make the poor man sit at home. Them say make the poor man no go out. Some be don't come out for road. Some be don't come out for street. Some be don't do the people. My people suffer. My people hunger. They no get the food. They no get the light. They no get the money. My people come cry. They no fit stay. Hunger too much. But $30 don't donate 1 billion. Aliko Dangote donate 2 billion. Dr. Paul Lenche don't donate 2 billion. Atiku Abubakar donate 50 million. But hunger won't kill my people. Poor man no see 10 kobo. Abdul Samed Rabi you donate 1 billion. How about we go donate 1 billion? 10 kobo no rich poor man. Hunger won't kill Nigerians. For the matter, nobody wanna talk or put for the matter. They can believe say tomorrow he go better. Because some get food to chop the feel and then be yoga. Oh yeah, she be yoga. Audio government, audio president, audio ministers, audio senators, audio government, audio president, audio governors, audio commissioners. My people suffer for nothing. My people die for hunger. My people suffer for nothing. My people sit at home. Audio promises. Corona no kill Nigerians. Zombie killing Nigerians. Hunger killing Nigerians. NNPC donate 11 billion. GTB donate 1 billion. Access Bank donate 1 billion. Zenith Bank donate 1 billion. Billy, and so poor man go see 10 kobo. Via donate 1 billion. Segun Abaje donate 1 billion. Two presidents donate 10 million. Plenty people don't donate plenty billions. Don't happen. Shine your eye. Some big stupid person for war. Some big bad people for area. Hunger don't show people big. Hunger don't give people yawa. Die. You to die in every day. Why rich man donate to government? This donation don't make sense. Why rich man no donate to poor? Why rich man no go give the poor? Audio government, audio president. Oh, yeah, she be yoga. For the matter, nobody they say for now overnight. If you just stand up, matter for the matter. I got done be the man. But $30 don't donate 1 billion. Aliko Dangote donate 2 billion. Dr. Paul Lenche don't donate 2 billion. Atiku Abubakar donate 50 million. But hunger won't kill my people. Poor man no see 10 kobo. Abdul Samed Rabi you donate 1 billion. How about we go donate 1 billion? 10 kobo no rich poor man. Hunger won't kill Nigerians. For the matter, nobody wanna talk or put it for the matter. They can believe say tomorrow he go better. Because some get food to chop the feel and then be Nobody they safe now overnight. You better stand up, matter for the matter. I got on be the man too, madam don't be the man too. Some be don't come out for road, some be don't come out for street, some be don't they beat the people. My people suffer, my people hunger. They no get the food, they no get the light, they no get the money. My people come cry, they no fish pay, hunger too much.
Jewish mix.
Hey. Onye dona nwa aka n'ọdụ ma ọ dị ndụ ma nwụrụ anwụ. Eastern Security Network ọkwa ha nọrọ onwe ha ndị abịa eburu ọgụ wee bịaba. Ndị na-eche Biafra chee ọkwa ha nọrọ onwe ha ndị abịa eburu ọgụ wee bịaba. Mana ọ bụ gịnị ka anyị na-anụzi ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ? Ọ bụ gịnị ka anyị na-anụ ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ? Akwa onye ọbụla nọ n'ọsọ ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ. Na ndị amị biko ejene ndị amị biko ejene ndị amị ejebe egbusizienụ ndị amị ụmụ ụwa eje na-atụ onye ụta brọda m. Egwu mere ọnụ gị na meloti ọkụkọ ntị ike na ife n'idofe. Eastern Security jisie n'ike n'ọlụ, ndị na-eche Biafra jisie n'ike n'ọlụ. Ife salụ fame anyị enwe mmeri. Ọ bụ gịnị ka anyị na-anụzi ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ? Ọ bụ gịnị ka anyị na-anụzi ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ? Ọ bụ gịnị ka a na-akọzi ifenu ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ? Onye kpana nwa gị aka n'ọdụ, onye kpana nwa gị aka n'ọdụ, onye kpana nwa gị aka n'ọdụ. Ọ dị ndụ ma nwụrụ anwụ. Ọ bụ gịnị ka anyị na-anụzi ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ? Ọ bụ gịnị na-eme n'ọlụ ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ? Ọ bụ gịnị na-emenụ n'ime obodo ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ? Ọ bụ gịnị na-eme n'ọlụ ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ? Chukwu okike bịa amama amasị amasị anyị ma na ị nọ n'ọlụ. Isi ike n'ọlọma gị n'oge ikele anyị. Isi ike n'ọlọma gị n'oge ikele anyị. Ọ bụ gịnị ka anyị na-anụzi ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ? Ọ bụ gịnị ka anyị na-anụzi ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ? Kedu ife na-eme n'ọlụ ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ? Ọ bụ gịnị ka a na-akọzi ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ? Webrutu bekene mụ ka nje kenezi ọha madike Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ifi na-eme doro gị anya, ifi na-eme doro gị anya. Ọrụ na-alụ doro gị anya, ọrụ na-alụ doro gị anya. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, jisiekwa ike n'ọlụọma gị, izo gị n'azụ. Jisi ike n'ọlụọma gị, enwe mmeri. Jisi ike n'ọlụọma gị, ifi na-eme dị anyị mma. Obi agbawala ndị bịara igbusi ụmụnna anyị. Na ndị amị biko ejene jene jene Nami bike jene 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 Nami ejebe Ebusizi enu ndami umo Ejana tonyuta brother mo Nekuge kumelanu Ekwanu gina meluti Okuko ntike na nife nidofe Akambukwa wanunu woke Samuel Wanaka Ogadirunu nama Wedikwarumo Umuchukwu kika biama Europhobia igemo typhoid na job Brother Mo. Thank you. I'm saying your brother somewhere.
Chazere na nyinozo kanyina ba Onye biariku mo Rute no bona nwo biariku anwo na nuno Obu gini ko gemesi no Obiarije muno Aya kwado kamo kesi akwado Anye jike kamo kesi jike Icho ni chanya kwa ni chano Kiwe vulanya no lele Aya kwado kamo kesi akwado Anye jike kamo kesi Icho ni chanya kwa ni chano Kiwe vulanya no lele Onye na makamazina Na ipiyobi kwado la kwado IPOB batakata abo anu nonyosa inama IPOB akine zuzu kinara abuzo bi dara mebe onye kachi tiputu ze popular wele o maka ndi sabotuas na fa no so na eme ana agwo chinti na aghezu okwara onye tu ogugo nrudo Iso security network apatago Na fulani nono sono Ndi sabotu nono sono Ndo haneze nono sono Ndi gwegwano na nyebunu Ukanye malifanyi nemenuno Kunu sachonye chuku tele manua Mazi Nnamdi Kanu amadike Gabaniru na nyepoge na suo Aya kwado kamo kesi akwado Anye jike kamo kesi jike Icho ni chanya kwa ni chano Kiwe vunanya no lele Aya kwado kamo kesi akwado Anye jike kamo kesi Icho ni chanya kwa ni chano Kiwe vunanya no lele Onye na makamazina Na IPOB kwado la kwado All falling angels na maka Ndi si na IPOB wedapo Weche na page make wave Mbe hapo tazine fuze na osa adura hasi agafe Na IPOB kuchisire benini Hawe etono zetu sabotuas Ka ESN wete kuno Wana wunu na IPOB na all over the world Cheno gini ka ine Offense ka ibwana Yanu bi agafe no ka ifunu Before the meeting no Hamadika waga yeba ga no weche bilono I go on Facebook and Twitter. Never gonna see again.
In all the Biafra land, you will accept it or you leave it. The elders are speaking. The ancestors are speaking. The Biafra masquerade is speaking. The time has come. This is the time. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been shouting. And this is the time we have to tell you the mind of the secret of the ancestors. The spirit of the dead has been given an assignment to go and capture all the unbelievers who never believed Biafra will come. Hey! Hey! Somebody is about to fall now. Omeire has fallen. We are entering Imo State. The ancestors are going to Imo State. After that, River State. Beg the pig to repent because the spirit of the dead is on assignment. The masquerade has arrived to deliver the message as we agreed. As we agreed. The problem woman brought to us has come to an end. This is the time. The greater masquerade was crying yesterday, shouting what the women has been doing on the Biafrans. Kabiam has arrived. Kabiam has arrived. And he sent a messenger, a deliverer. Could you believe that our agreement is now? Those who no believe, go. They are going one by one. Ohanese has beginning to look for where ESM are existing. They are looking for ESM to deliver them. Okukabiam have sent his strange hand unknown gunmen to kill, to destroy, to fight those who never accept. The warriors of heaven, invisible warriors. We don't know what we will call them. They send an unknown gunmen. Greater number of them are coming. You better be careful. I want to appreciate the Omeire. Appreciate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Elohim have sent freedom to all Africans, freedom to all Biafrans. Oduduwa with that so freedom. Ojakogade, Iso.
Media warriors,
His kindness, his faithfulness, choose we the Biafrans. I see Michuku Kabiama continue to bless, protect him, and guide him from the eyes of our foes. I also want to appreciate my family, the great family writers. They have been wonderful through their articles. I see Michuku Kabiama continue to give them more intellect to write more. Thank you all. When he spoke, the world trembles. Boston said his truth and thee, heels and gems to set me free, heels and pens to dry my tears. We Biafrans are grateful for the
Josie. Today I'm going to be hosting the IPOB leader. I'm talking of, obviously you all know him, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He's with us today and we welcome him to the show. Good evening. Sir, how are you doing?
Good evening to you. Good evening to you. Good evening to you. Good evening to you.
Okay, thank you so much for granting me this opportunity to speak to you today.
I'm humbled myself. It's an honor for me too.
Okay.
It's an honor for me too.
Thank you. So it is a culture here on Live Chat with Josie that I ask everybody to introduce themselves. I mean, the whole world knows you. How would you best describe yourself?
I am Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and I lead the indigenous people of Biafra. And I serve Biafra in the capacity of somebody who is trying to make sure that we move ourselves from the zoological republic of Nigeria. That's why I am. That's why I am.
Founded the IPOB, Biafran separatist organization, indigenous people of Biafra. How has been the journey so far? Have you managed to meet some of your objectives?
It's been very turbulent, sometimes exhilarating, very challenging, as you can imagine. The quest for liberation and freedom is not an easy undertaking, as you can imagine, in terms of material and human cost as well. So sometimes it can be a bit too difficult. But when we think about the ultimate goal, the prize at the end of this very race, that is what inspires us to continue doing what we are doing, because we know it is a noble cause. And when once you're fighting a noble cause, nothing, absolutely nothing, can discourage you nor distract you. And that's what we're doing.
All right, but then when you found it, main goals exactly.
The line is not very stable. I don't know what's going on. I can't tell you very well. May you repeat that question, please?
Right, my question. Okay, I see. When you founded this movement, what exactly were your main goal?
Our main hope is to liberate Biafra. That at the end of this very race, that Biafra is going to be free. It doesn't matter what people say, what they do, what they plan to do. It just doesn't really matter to us, because we know ultimately we are going to be free. And we are prepared to sacrifice everything sacrificable to ensure that Biafra is free. And as you can imagine, we are still making those sacrifices till this very day. And we are not going to stop. We can never, ever stop. That is one thing our enemies must understand. We're not going to stop until Biafra is restored.
Yeah, but there's been many into existence. There's ASO, there's BZM, there's IPOB, which is yours now. And then a few weeks
Yes. Please, the line went off once again. I don't know what's wrong with the network. Please, could you repeat the question?
I think someone is really trying to attack us. It has never happened. I don't know what is going on.
I think so.
Been many other pro-Biafra. Yes.
That's my.
It has never happened. I've been doing this all the time. It has never. Anyway, I was saying that there have been many other pro-Biafran groups that have come into existence. There was MASO, BZM, IPOB, which is yours. A few weeks ago, we had Mujahid Asari Kubo, who has formed PG. So, did you get the question?
Can you hear me now? Because the line, I think the line is being hacked. It's being attacked. I know that for sure. I know that for sure.
Somebody is trying to do something. Someone is trying to do something.
Precisely. Of course, we do acknowledge.
Do you think we should start?
We do acknowledge every.
No, can we start all over again, please? Because there are some things I need to tell you off camera.
I think so.
That you can do to stop the attack. There's something you can do to stop the attack.
Yes.
Something you can do.
Family, the great family writers, they have been wonderful through their articles. I see Michuku Kabiama continue to give them more intellect to write more. Thank you all. When he spoke, the world trembles. What he said is truth indeed. Heels and chance to set me free. Heels and plans to dry my tears. We get friends that grateful. Father's red love showed on us. Attention for Kabama. Send in the sun. Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, Nnamdi Kanu. You are the one. Nnamdi Kanu.
Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this exclusive live chat with Josie. Today I'm going to be hosting the IPOB leader. I'm talking of, obviously, you all know him, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He's with us today, and we welcome him to the show. Good evening. Fred, how are you doing?
Good evening to you. Good evening to you.
Good evening to you. Good evening to you.
Okay, thank you so much for granting me this opportunity to speak to you today.
I'm humbled myself. It's an honor for me too.
Okay.
It's an honor for me too.
Thank you. So it is a culture here on Live Chat with Josie that I ask everybody to introduce themselves. I mean, the whole world knows you. How would you best describe yourself?
I am Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and I lead the indigenous people of Biafra. And I serve Biafra in the capacity of somebody who is trying to make sure that we move ourselves from the Zoological Republic of Nigeria.
Bless, protect him, and guide him from the eyes of our foes. I also want to appreciate my family, the great family writers. They have been truth and deed, heels and gems to set me free, heels and pens to dry my tears. We Biafrans are grateful for this red love showed on us. Attention, copy, kabama, sending the sun. Nnamdi Kanu, oh, Nnamdi Kanu.
Anytime I look up to the sun, that I know one day we must be free. Are the best all over the world, here we go. We keep on moving forward, but whatever. Every day I got on my knees to pray to God for our freedom. The sun is shining, the rainbow is showing. Biafra, the promised land. We the best, we the best. Every day we keep on moving forward. We the best, we the best. Every day we keep on moving forward. We end up on the wall. This is our freedom time. Yeah. We keep on moving forward every day. We keep on multiplying every day. We keep on going higher, 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 higher. God bless you, Nnamdi Kanu. God bless you, Kandu. God bless you, Benjamin Madubuku. God bless our leader. He's the prince on the bench, you already know. Yeah. Respect to the sheep of the people. Wow, people are.
Biafra has risen, the land of a rising sun. Forward forever for a better change.
I sing a song about the Biafra land. The war we are fighting is getting to an end. If we fail our chances, we can't escape our sufferings. IPOB members must fight this war to an end. Go and tell all Biafrans in our land. Tell brothers and sisters if they see us or not. If we fail our chances, we can't escape our sufferings. IPOB members must fight this war to an end. Go and tell all Biafrans in our land. Through we are struggling and fighting for our rights. This time we are moving, we try to run. If we fail our chances, we can't escape our sufferings. IPOB members must fight this war to an end. Go and tell all Biafrans in our land. Tell Southeast and South if they see us or not. If we fail our chances, we can't escape our sufferings. IPOB members must fight this war to an end. Go and tell all Biafrans in our land. We are sure, we are sure, we are sure we win the war. We are sure, we are sure, we are sure we won the battle. We are crusaders, fighters from our Biafra nation. We are happy, we have won. We are crusaders, fighters from our Biafra nation. We are happy, we have won. We are combatant soldiers from our tribe. We are happy, we have won. We are happy, we have won. We are happy, we have won. The day Biafra will come, there be no place for evil men. The day Biafra will come, all evil men will run away. All you evil governors, all you bad politicians, listen to my voice. Biafra is coming very soon. Are you heartbroken? Did they invade your house? I got a good news for you. Biafra is coming very soon. Mama, cry no more. Papa, cry no more. I got a good news for you. Biafra is coming very soon. Oh, Biafra, the land of rising sun. Biafra, Biafra, Biafra is the hope of all Africa. IPOB, one family. IPOB, one family. One family. IPOB. The day Biafra will come, there be no place for evil men. The day Biafra will come, all evil men will run away. I thank you, Heavenly Father, for the life of our leader who fight for injustice in the whole Africa. In the person of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mohammadike worldwide, I am praying for you. God will surely reward you. What our politician cannot do, what our saboteur cannot do, what our governors cannot do, He has done it for us. By giving Eastern Security Network in the whole of Biafra land, we are happy, we rejoice now. There is protection in our land. Oh, hey Biafra, the land of the rising sun. Oh, Biafra is our motherland. The day Biafra will come, there be no place for evil men. The day Biafra will come, all evil men will run away. The day Biafra will come, there be no place for evil men. The day Biafra. Roll a piece of fire.
The time, the whole wide world will welcome the rising sun. Here comes the time for everyone to see that what will be, will be. This is the time for you and I to stand together as one. Yeah, they will know, they will know. The sun is rising from east to west, from north to south. Can't you see the sun is rising? Oh, you wave your flag and be proud of who you are, because the sun is rising. We're shining so bright all over the world. We are the sun, we are rising. We spent our lives in pain and misery, never gonna trade our freedom with any mystery. It's affecting our soul and it's killing us no slow. It's what we've been through, we are far from being good, but we are blessed by Chukwudika Biafra. So we're never gonna give up, we're never gonna give up. There'll be light in the end of the tunnel, so shine so bright all time. The whole wide world will embrace us. Nobody can stop us, nobody can cage us, nobody can stand us, yeah. They will know, they will know. The sun is rising from east to west, from north to south. Can't you see the sun is rising? All your wings will fly and be proud of who you are. Because the sun is rising. We're shining so bright all over the world. We are the sun, we are rising. Windows and curtains, green lights be every day. When I think about how blessed we are, goosebumps all over my body. Sunrise to the clock strike. Black strands crossing gray stripes. Clashes upon clashes, many lives turn to ashes. When I ponder one reminisce, the action time is in Alice. Lord on the ground, this is how we fly. Our beautiful flag, all around the world. Lord on the ground, this is how we fly. Our beautiful flag, all around the world. We go carry the cross together, we walk through to Zion. We stumble, we'll rise. How the victory was done. It's the west, from north to south. Can't you see the sun is rising? I still wave your flag all over the world. Because the sun is rising. I still be shining so bright all over the world. We are the sun, we are rising. They will know, they will know, they will know. The sun is rising. Wave your flag anywhere you are. It's just the sun is rising. Oh, it's just the sun is rising. Freedom, freedom, yeah. It's just the sun is rising.
I feel like crying. If I'm letting go, it's Biafra freedom.
Well, good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give this another shot. I am back, whereby today on Live Chat with Josie, I'm hosting the IPOB leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We just had a technical glitch, and I hope this time around it will work. So welcome back, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm very well, thank you.
I'm sure you're used to this. I mean, to me, it's so surprising that that this happens. I mean,
we're used
but
to
I'm so sure that you're used
to it. We're used to it.
Okay. So I think we have to start again. I had asked you that here on Live Chat with Josie, I asked all my guests to introduce themselves. How would you describe yourself?
I am Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I serve the people of Biafra, and I lead the indigenous people of Biafra. And hopefully we are going to get our freedom sooner rather than later.
Okay. So it's been 9 years. 9 years since you founded the Biafran separatist organization, Indigenous People of Biafra. How has been the journey so far? Have you managed to meet some of your objectives?
Yes, we are meeting them. Of course, we would rather prefer that Biafra happened much earlier than this. We are meeting, and we are not separatists, as a matter of fact. Because we existed before Nigeria did. You can't separate from something that you're older than. Biafra is older than Britain. Biafra is older than Nigeria. Therefore, we're not separating from anything. We're only going back to where we were before the white man came. The white man cannot come to interpret for us what constitutes a geopolitical space. It is for us, the people, to determine what nationship should be for us. Not for the white man to define that for us. If I were to go to Europe to ask them to follow my dictates by creating a country in my image, they'll probably put me in jail. So no white man has the right to come to Africa to create a country for me. It cannot happen. And I won't accept it. It's as simple as that. The same way that I cannot go to Britain to create a country for them, a British person cannot come to tell me where to belong to. It is not a prerogative. They are not God. They are fellow human beings like myself.
But for you to be saying this, I know and I understand that you're not actually based in Africa. You're based in one of those countries that you're mentioning. So then how do you say something like that, yet you actually need their protection and security?
I don't need the protection or security of anyone.
I don't need the protection.
God Almighty in heaven.
So what are you doing in their countries if you feel like, so what are you doing in their countries? I mean, you should be in Africa. You should be in Biafra. You should be with your people.
What were they doing in my country? When they said we are Nigerians, what were they doing there? When they destroyed our people, what were they doing? What were they doing? What is it their business to colonize me? What were they doing in my own land, taking my oil and gas? What are they doing in my land? What is Captain Life doing? What is Captain Life doing in Africa?
Now to also be in their land.
Absolutely.
All right. So when you founded IPOB, what exactly were your main goals?
To set my people free. To make sure that Biafra land is set free from this geological republic. To make sure that the light of God shines upon the children of the light. To make sure that we become free people in a civilized nation that blacks all over the world can be proud of. Not in the nonsense that obtains in Africa. There is no nation in Africa that black can be proud of, because everybody is waiting for Biafra to emerge. And we are going to emerge. I say it without apologies to anyone. Biafra will come.
But why is it taking so long? Why is it taking so long? What exactly is the problem? Because you say this with so much determination.
It's taking so long because black people are stupid. It's taking so long because black people suffer from inferiority complex. It's taking so long because black people see white people as their God. It's taking so long because we have failed to do what is right. It's taken so long because we feel that we cannot do anything unless a white man inspires us to do it. It's taken so long because we don't think anything of ourselves. It's taken so long because we are all collectively ignorant. But the time has come, and the light of God is now shining upon His children.
I would love you to elaborate more on that. I mean, when you say that because black people are stupid, are you referring to the Igbos that are obviously in Biafra land, like you say, or
everybody that is black in Africa is every black person.
But black in Africa is nothing. It's not every black in Africa that has anything to do with Biafra. So let's talk about Biafra. No. Why is it taking long? Is it your people that are stupid?
No, and I will put it to you, it is a collective disease. When you have grown-up men who are in their 80s and in their 90s, people who are older than Nigeria, campaigning for Nigeria to be one, saying that they are Nigerians. These are people that were born before Nigeria was created. How can anybody begin to quantify such levels of stupidity? It is unbelievable. Who were you before the white man came? Who were you before the white man created Nigeria? Before they said you are now independent in 1960. Does it mean we have no shame? Does it mean we have no pride? What is wrong with us, black people? What is wrong with us? I don't understand. We are tribal people by nature. The whole of Africa. That is why, even if you're living in Kinshasa, during Christmas you travel home. Even if you're living in Timbuktu, during Christmas you travel home. Because an average black person is a tribal beast by nature. That is where we come from. We have a home. We have kindred. We are not like Europeans that can travel to New Zealand and make New Zealand their home, or travel to Australia and make Australia their home. That is their way of life. I respect, I even admire it. But for us, we come from somewhere. Your umbilical cord is buried in your village where you come from, in your kindred where you come from. That is who we are. How can somebody travel all the way from Europe, come to my land and tell me that I'm no longer a Biafran, I'm a Nigerian? And the idiot is dead. When I try to let people understand and reason, they're not telling me I'm seceding. Seceding from what? Something a white man created? Anybody talking about separatism or secession in terms of what we are doing, that person is racially inferior, both physically and mentally. Because the same nonsense happening in Africa can happen in Europe. It can't happen. Can you go to Europe and create a country in Europe? I keep asking everybody, can you create a country in Europe? Do you think that white people will allow any black man to come from Africa to tell them rubbish about where they should come to? Why should we allow it to happen to you? Why should all of us Africans allow people to come from Europe and tell us where the boundaries should be? Yoruba land has been torn into 3 places. There are Yorubas in Benin Republic, Yorubas in Togo. What sort of nonsense is that? Does it mean we cannot reason or what? I don't get it, to be honest. Sometimes when I sit down and I ponder the fate of black people, I keep, basically tracking back to the core of the problem. It's how we reason. Black people, we don't reason very well. How can I secede from something that was formed in 1960? Something that my father is older than. Who were you before the white man came? What is your identity? So you're telling me you had no identity. So you're telling me you are waiting for a white man to tell you.
So I just need to understand here. I mean, if the white people you're talking about are obviously Europeans, Americans, we were talking of the colonizers, right? And then you are that why do they come to your country? Why do they come and take your land? Why do they do this? And you are in their land. Don't you feel ashamed sometimes when you say this publicly?
Are they in my, what is Shell doing in my land? Shell is in my land. Are there black people running Shell? Are there black people running Texaco? I'm asking you a simple question. Are there black people now running Ajit?
No, we already know they are there, but do 2 wrongs make a right? That's where my question is. You are also in their land. What are you doing there? Why are you not on wrong?
They are in my land. I now, without coming to the UK, afforded me the opportunity to understand how they turned all of us into idiots. And having understood that, what I'm trying to do is to use simple education to untangle the mess that they planted in our brains. And there lies the key to freedom.
So how do you feel sometimes, or not even sometimes, most of the times, when you hear of murder happening in Imo State, murder happening in all those countries, states in under Biafra, like you say, and you are comfortable in the UK? How do you feel as a leader?
Injustice breeds anarchy. Wherever you have injustice, there will be anarchy. Anywhere, that is human nature. Where you have injustice as a way of life, that is bound to be anarchy. How did America emerge? How did Russia emerge as a modern nation? How did France emerge? How did even Britain emerge itself? They all went through a revolution. Nigeria is overdue for a very bloody revolution, and it must come because the zoo must fall. It is an artificial construct, a racist construct. Nigeria, a derisory, should I say, a very derogatory name, and people are proud to answer, and they have PhD, and they're answering a name given to them, or should I say, a name born out of, should I say, racist instinct, and we're not talking about ourselves. Honestly, we're a disgrace to humanity. The way we reason is a disgrace. Go ahead.
All right, so there have been many other Biafran groups that have come into existence. There's been MASOB, there's BZM, IPOB, which is yours. Just a few weeks ago, there was Mujahid Asari Dokubo, who also formed BCG to replace IPOB, which you founded. Do you feel threatened at all?
No, because the people know who their leaders are. We are not, people are not stupid. When I give a command, is obey. If I give an order, is obey. When I say I don't want to see checkpoints or roadblocks, there are none. That's how it is done. You don't just come out to declare a government in the vacuum. It makes a model of the person that you're doing. The people are free to try. We are Democrats, we are Republicans. Anybody can try whatever they feel. They can give us freedom. But in the main, you know, there's only IPOB standing. And it's only IPOB that the zoo is afraid of. By zoo, I mean the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Only IPOB, nobody else. Only IPOB, nobody else.
So do you feel like you share the same objectives with all these groups emerging or not?